And the tests are finally finished. Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be watching Season 3 of My Hero, Episode 22. Last time they finished the test, finally, it seems like this arc's been going on for a while, but it's been quite enjoyable for most of the episodes. I love the introductions of new characters. I love that they brought up Todoroki's past again and kind of showed that even though he has changed, without the proper like influence, Deku's definitely influenced him, but without him being able to realize my past is my past, but I need to make sure it's not like I can't just bury it. I need to know it exists. And him being able to use that and move forward, having everybody kind of be utilized, and Deku being able to be there as a centerpiece, and kind of like he's really kind of that I feel like he is the mold, and he kind of like he's the glue. There's the right word I was looking for. I feel like he is the glue of Class 1A, and of anybody he really meets. I feel when he is with them in the battlefield, when he is around them, everybody gets better. Everybody is a better person for Deku being there, and that kind of shows like that in itself is an asset. Deku doesn't necessarily need to be the strongest person. Just the way his personality and the way he thinks builds and boosts everybody around him. And that in itself is the biggest asset. Now that I think about it, like he really is that glue. I love that. You like the growth with him from the very first episode is just so big, and it's nice to see him just become that character we knew he could be, you know? I love it. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, go follow me on Twitter at ajrich123, as well as check out my Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123, if you'd like full reactions and early releases. And let's go ahead and start.
Alphabetical order. Keep my words in mind as you search the screen for your name.
Wow, a lot of people passed.
Where is it?
Of course, man. Of course he passes. Of course they're gonna pass. Come on.
Another small step toward being a pro. I passed!
Killed it! Right on! But,
They didn't pass?
it's not there.
What?
I failed. It's over.
They all didn't pass. Whoa. Okay, I know they argued, like, and then Bakugo was kind of doing his own thing too. If anyone was gonna fail, those three make the most sense because it was centered on in the episode. But I didn't think they were gonna actually go. What now? Holy fuck! They're actually going down that path. Retest possibly? That's wow. Is he gonna apologize?
I'm sorry!
Yup.
It's my fault that you didn't pass the licensing exam! My focus was too narrow-minded!
That is how you bow. B plus ultra is bowing.
I was the one who got us off to a bad start. But still, and thanks to the things you said to me, I have a lot to think about.
Should have been more careful what you said. Words are important, you know.
Bakugo.
Mouth before I murder you!
Those entitled people at the top think so highly of themselves, don't they?
They include a breakdown of your scores, so you'll know exactly what areas you need to improve going forward.
Yeah, they were very thorough with this.
Thank you, sir.
Holy crap.
I want to see.
Maybe you should focus on 61 points. I barely made it.
Whoa, I got 84. Look at that, guys. It turns out I'm actually kind of great at this stuff.
Wait, Yamamoto, you got 94 points?
What about you, Ida? How'd it go?
I ended with 80.
Got 71 points. It looks like they mostly docked me for some of the stupid things I said at the beginning and for times when I was just kind of standing around.
I'm thankful
Damn.
given such empirical evidence about what we should
Yeah, in the
improve
beginning they were a little bit slower with it, but they figured it out.
So why let those people continue to fight until the end? Why not take them off the battlefield when they failed?
Anyway, moving forward.
Yeah, 'cause they
those that
improved
can exercise the same
over
authority as
time.
Pro heroes. Criminals are sure to become bolder and more widespread.
League of Villains.
Expect the balance we currently have in our world to be destroyed and for things to change quickly. You young people will be the hope for our future. I would like for you to think of yourselves as fledglings and be even more diligent in your studies. And as for those who fell short and did not pass, we offer you a chance to redeem yourselves. After you attend a 3-month-long special course and pass an individual test, we plan to issue a provisional license to those of you who failed as well. That's why we watched you all until the end. So we can see for ourselves that you each have promise. That once you're
Individually, they had to check it.
You have the potential to be as great as your fellow classmates. You're welcome to retake the exam in April if you prefer to wait.
Extra classes.
Special course!
You don't have to. Just
It's like
take it easy.
summer school.
The hierarchy
More
of
summer
life.
school. I think it was decently successful for most of them. This is probably a dream come true for him.
Yeah, well, you know, this is a lot. So many people have helped me get to this point, and some of them went through a lot of trouble to do so.
Since we've reconnected, how about we get together for joint training sometime?
Yeah, that could be smart.
Hey!
There you go.
Hey! Honestly, nothing's changed. I still don't like you. Sorry. That's all for now.
That was nice of him, I guess.
I fucking love him. They better show him more.
Interesting. I want to know more about the training you do to erase your presence.
We haven't learned anything like that.
But that girl, the one in the bodysuit, did it. I wanted to talk to her about it so that I can understand how it worked.
She said she wasn't feeling too well and took a cab to the station so she could go home. A little different from her usual self, I'd say.
Oh, not the same person?
Picked up. Where are you right now? Togo?
Oh,
Wonderful fun today.
it's not the. Oh my god. It was fucking her. That's okay. That clicks so well, but why couldn't I have guessed that? Oh my god, I fucking hate it. I can't believe I didn't guess that. Of course. But how did she get that? I didn't think that was part of her quirk. How is she able to? I wonder if they're messing with quirks and stuff here, but holy shit, what a twist. Okay, well, the way she acted and not cared made complete sense. The way she was acting, I mean, fucking full Yandere mode. I should have known that. I should have been able to guess that it was her. If I had really dug in and thought, I'm actually mad at myself here. I guess I thought maybe, I don't know. It didn't really hint at that. But when you think about everything that it showed, of course it's fucking her. I love it.
Tomura's gonna be so happy. I managed to get some of Izuku's yummy blood.
Oh.
Toga. Her quirk transform. By ingesting someone's blood, she can transform into that person.
Okay, we didn't know her actual quirk. I thought I had. Wow. Okay, now we know her quirk. Boom. Questions answered. Thank you, my hero.
I assumed that you would devote yourself to teaching now. And yet you've come to visit me.
Holy fuck, I'm sorry. I'm pausing like a motherfucker, but we just went from like some cool spots in there, but a lot of filler to fucking story. Holy shit. Oh man, I love this. Oh, I'm so glad we're actually back into the deep of the deep story, but there was actual meaning to this. Now we know her quirk. Her Yandere ways made sense into that person, but I wonder what the personality of that actual person is now, if it's not like that. I wonder if it's going to show her again, or was that just more of like a one-off thing to transform, just for her I wonder if they're going to actually show her personality or not. That's going to be interesting.
Do you know how stifling
Holy
this
crap.
place is, All Might? If I so much as try to scratch an itch by rubbing my body against this chair, my brain waves are constantly being monitored, along with my vital signs.
That's a real
One
jail.
thought about activating my quirk, and I'll likely be put down like a rabid dog. This place to something out of a Greek myth, calling it Tartarus. That's the name of the underworld prison where kings and titans were punished. Escaping would be a struggle even for me. Don't tell me you're still trying to be a hero with that feeble body.
You're chatty.
Don't feel flattered.
Tell me where Tomura Shigaraki is hiding right now.
Haven't the slightest.
Do you think he's going to actually
Unlike
talk,
your
though?
bird, mine left the nest and makes his own decisions.
What were you trying to achieve?
Even if I told you the truth, you wouldn't be satisfied. There are some people who'll never understand each other. We are the same. I long to be an all-powerful devil. It's that
What?
simple.
That's not the
I had an
same.
ideal and the power to see it enacted.
Why would you need a successor then?
You of all people ask that. What a laugh. It's because you took everything from me. Look at my body.
He can't do it
I'm
himself.
alive. After you appeared, my infinite potential suddenly became finite. It's normal to pass your work onto someone else when the end is near.
He wants somebody
Just
to
trying
fulfill
do what
his
everyone else on this planet is already doing. nothing
dreams.
more.
You've got 3 minutes left, All Might.
Oh, come now. Don't put a damper on things. How are things actually looking outside?
He's probably excited.
The news. Please refrain from giving him any information.
You heard the man.
All right, be that way.
God, this music.
Those lurking in the shadows have been listening closely. They sense the growing instability caused by the vacuum you left and are compelled to act.
Meaning more
They think
villains.
This could be their chance to change how the world works and are starting to band together. You know what I love most about this? Any rise in crime moving forward is due to you concealing your fading strength. And now
Oh.
you have to say, as villains flourish because of your own
He's so
actions,
calculated.
doubtless for the rest of your days.
It made him.
Tell me, how does that feel, hero?
This is what gets him fucking hard, man.
You're nothing now. You're finished. Bet you really want to punch me, huh?
I understand your twisted plan very well. You want Shigaraki, my master's blood relation, to kill me. Or kill me and young Midoriya.
That would make
That's what
him
you plotted.
happy.
I won't be dying anytime soon. Especially not by Shigaraki's hand. I will not be killed so easily. And I refuse to let the future you imagine come to pass.
Time's up.
Out of time. Of course, it always is when it's something important.
I'll smash your plans and thwart your plots.
Smash
I
it.
am relentless. You're the one who will watch helpless from a cell for the rest of your days.
He is so calculated, though. All for one. So calculated.
Meet me up front later. We need to have a talk about your quirk.
Oh shit, I forget he knows, but
Okay.
I don't know how that's gonna really solve anything or make anything better. So I'm sure Bakugo wouldn't say anything, but
Kachan.
he's just not that type of guy.
This is the place where we had our first combat training, where I
Oh,
fought you
yeah.
and lost. You've always made me sick. You know that, right, Deku?
Somehow I knew. This was it.
I didn't understand what you meant back then because what you were saying made no sense, but still, you
He
kept
kinda
climbing
told him
higher and
without telling
higher,
him.
Always looking so satisfied with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Until finally you passed the licensing exam while I failed.
Yup.
How the hell is that even possible?
That wasn't a matter of ability, though.
Shut up and listen, you damn nerd!
Sorry.
You got your quirk from All Might, didn't you? He gave you his power.
It's good guesswork.
I heard about the boss villain. Apparently, he has the ability to steal a person's quirk and give it to somebody else.
It would make sense now knowing that that's a possibility for stealing quirks, then Deku's situation would make a lot more sense to him. Even though it doesn't work that same way, it would make more sense. So that's why he's jumping to the conclusion now.
I remember what he said after he beat the big bad. We all heard it.
Now, it's your turn.
Back then,
Uh,
you were the only one who really understood what he meant. All Might and that boss villain knew each other. Before that fight, quirks can move from one person to another. All Might knew the guy that could do it. And somehow it's all connected to what you said about getting your quirk from someone else. That's why you're gonna tell me the truth.
I don't see a fault in doing it.
Take you seriously, so I don't think he'll say anything.
I think he should
That
tell
must be
him.
Right. So say it.
When he said he wanted to talk about my quirk, I knew what was coming. Okay? What if it's true?
You
What
and
would he
I
do?
both wanted to be just like All Might when we were growing up, but I was the one who had the potential. You and I are settling this right here, right now.
So we're gonna have a we're gonna have a Goku and Vegeta moment here. This is a very strange situation because, well, I'll address the stuff that happened through the entire episode in a second, but I do want to touch on what just happened. Bakugo and Midoriya obviously two opposites, obviously rivals. Bakugo hating Deku way more. We have never seen real hate on Deku's side towards Bakugo. It's always been he's always just tried to I would say in some parts impress him, kind of, and like be there for him, and just be a friend. He just wants him to be his friend. Bakugo's always had this hatred and stuff, and they both had as we learned, Bakugo has a passion and looked up to All Might just like Deku did, just in a different way. He respects All Might. So the worst thing that could happen, I would think in his mind, is Deku, the person that he hates, he thinks is a weakling, getting the quirk of the person that he inspired to be like as a kid. I think that would be like a big freaking horrible thing for him. So him figuring this all out, and Deku obviously cannot hide it to this point. He hasn't straight up said it yet, but there's no reason not to tell Bakugo, because he's not going to tell anybody else. That's just not in his personality. And at this point, you're just kind of stuck with it. I don't see a downside to it. But him wanting to fight like this, man, gives me like, I hate when I don't like comparing to other animes a lot, just because, but I'm an old school Dragon Ball Z guy, so it's an easily for me to compare to like a Goku and Vegeta thing. And it's really funny that the guy that voiced Vegeta is literally All Might in the show. But it's very interesting dynamic, because Bakugo's hatred fuels him sometimes towards Deku, but we've seen them being able to team up together. But in this case, I don't see a fight being, yeah, you're going to be able to show, your full powers against each other, but I just don't see what's the meaning for it. Like, let's say Bakugo loses, right? He fights all out and loses. What is he going to do to that point? Just go and train some more? Is it going to discourage him? And then what if he wins? I don't know where. I think my biggest thing is, what's your motive in this? It hasn't been explained at all. Probably obviously be explained next episode, but that's my biggest thing. You need a motive if you're gonna do this, and I'm sure he has one. Like I said, the only thing I can think about is just him trying to see where he's at, but either he wins or he loses. I don't see a positive result. I think it's a lose-lose regardless. I think the best case scenario is either they don't fight at all, or they do fight and it's even, and nobody loses. I think that would probably be the best result when it comes. Probably Bakugo's not going to like the result regardless, because even if he wins, I think he's going to look at Deku as a weakling again, and then he's going to hate himself for thinking Deku was so high up. I don't know. I think it's a lose-lose for that. And then going back to All for One and All Might talking. And that, I think, gave us a lot of details into, we already know how All for One's mind works about, before he was talking about, Shigaraki being the one to take over. He's too old. He can't move because of the machines. He needs somebody to take over for him. And when you think about it, this guy's lived forever, right? The guy that wants to live forever, eternal life. And any villain in any show I've ever thought that has that scenario, they don't necessarily want to pass on. They don't want somebody else. I feel like they don't actually want somebody else to take over for them. They might want to use somebody, but overall they want to live for, they want to be that person and live forever. So that's probably the only part that confuses me the most, and I was trying to get it out of the dialogue that he's talking here, but one thing that really stood out to me was at the very end. He says something to the effects of he does when I can get in these, what the heck was the word? Crap, I'm probably gonna have to look at it real quick. I can't completely remember, but he said, okay, I can't remember. You guys can let me know in the comments down below what he exactly said, but I'll try to get close to it. Him being like you think he's never gonna get out of there, or he's never going to be the person to get out of there, or something to that effect. Anyway, he literally, I don't think he thinks that he's done. Like, obviously he knows he's going to be able to get out of that jail cell. Like, the way he's acting, he's very confident. He's not going to be in there forever. has all these plans and details in his head. He's planned way ahead in advance. I think him even being in jail right now might even be something he had thought could most likely happen, but he's thought so far ahead and so calculated in his movements. I think my guess is he's just waiting until everything kind of falls apart. It's all a stepping stone. All for one, or All Might losing his powers. Now everyone is not able to see it like that. The villains are kind of starting to take over in that sense of now there's more of a strength in numbers kind of thing, and there's just lack of confidence in the world, and that's what All for One was really wanting. He's like he said, he's the devil. Like he said he was very similar to All Might, and the only similarity I see is they want to be the best in what they do, and they are 100%. Their confidence levels are 100% on what their goals are not the same, but the way their confidence is, I think, is very similar. So if we're calling similarities, I guess you could say that they're similar in that respect, but completely opposites in light versus dark, and positivity versus negativity. But I just think All for One is not done, and I feel like there's more to this. I think All for One has another plan that has not been said yet, or he's not been able to demonstrate yet. I think he is definitely using Shigaraki, especially having a relation to All Might's former master that makes it twisted. He definitely has a goal of making it as bad as possible for the guy that screwed up his plans and put him in a put him having to have machines and beat him now twice. He wants him to suffer as much as possible. That's his big goal, is for him to suffer in every way possible, and seeing it's just so calculated down the line here. But I don't think he wants to be out of it, and I think maybe he wants Shigaraki to defeat All Might, but I don't think that's his end goal. I think there's something else. Him being he's able to move quirks and stuff like that. I think he's trying to still be around and take over later on, but it's all a means to an end for a villain like this. That's what I get from that scene. Sorry it was so detailed and long, but I thought it deserved it. Also, just a quick note, Shigaraki and all them, I love the little twists we got with Toga or Himiko, like literally being Kami or Kami or whatever they pronounce her name, like her being like that and kind of getting Deku's blood. They've already gotten a bunch of bloods, and I'm wondering if that has to do with how they get quirks, because they've been able to, they got people and were able to take the quirks away or whatever, or take their quirks. So when it comes down to that path, getting blood seems like a different path, because you're not really taking their quirk that way, right? Like, just because you have their blood doesn't mean you're taking the quirk away from them. So this must be something different. But I don't feel like it's been explained, and if it has, let me know, but I don't think it has, on why they're getting all this blood to begin with. They got Deku's, and I guess that was her goal, was to get Deku's that they missed during when they were capturing Bakugo. But that was a nice little twist of Todoroki not passing, and Bakugo, kind of the people that they had centered on, and the show centered on them making mistakes. I liked that they didn't go the cliche way and made them fail. I thought that was a very cool little detail that they added as well. So I have to give you props, My Hero, for going that path, because that's you could have definitely done the cliche happy-go-lucky way, and you did not, and that was awesome. That was a little unexpected to me, and I like that. Anyway, this show's great. I could talk about this for a long time, but I think since we're going to get more of this in the next couple episodes, I think these endings are going to be a little bit longer. So if you've been watching up to this point, make sure you guys watch the endings, these little discussions at the end, because I really like to go thorough. I did pause a lot during this episode because I was trying to get out stuff that I know not everybody watches to the end here. But you will see very extended scenes like this on more thorough episodes. So make sure you guys watch to the end. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. Smash the like button. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123. If you want to watch the early releases of these YouTube cuts, these episodes, or you want to see the full reactions and see the full amount on YouTube, or not on YouTube, but over on my Patreon, check it out, patreon.com/ajrich123. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.